this is the CSC SG250. If for some reason you got to this video without actually clicking the title or the link. And I took delivery on this bike approximately 2 weeks ago. This is ride number 3, maybe 4, probably more like 3.5. And this is just a short video to discuss some of the observations that I've had on this bike. This is by no means a criticism or a sales pitch. I'm just sharing you my opinions. To the likes of which I feel like I have not quite seen on the internet just yet. So I thought maybe I'm providing a value to that audience. So first of all, let's start off with the bike as a bike itself. The motorcycle is a SG250. It's technically a 233cc engine, which probably explains why this is actually, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, by the way. This is the slowest bike I've ever been on, including a 150, a Vespa 150. Seems a lot faster than this bike. I'm not going to lie. It's slow off the line. It is slow to top speed. Another thing I find interesting about this bike is that the rev limiter is no joke. It tops out at 7,000 RPM every gear, no matter what. It's not even playing. It's not even playing. It's unforgiving. I haven't experienced that in a bike before, but maybe that's a normal characteristic. Let's see, what can I say? What else can I say? It's very firmly built. You know, when you're going down the highway and you're rocking a little bit, it's a very stiff frame. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. This is the first bike I've had of this type, but the frame is very stiff. I don't mind it yet. But speaking of things that I do mind, the seat isn't the greatest. Or actually, let me back up a sec. The natural sit position, maybe just for someone my size, is not super great because the inside of my thigh come up against the tail of the gas tank, and it's very noticeable. So if you kick your tush back a couple inches, that gives you a little more rake. It gives you a little more rake on the body, and you're not getting that sensation on the thighs. I'm not sure if I like that seating position though, but that is another characteristic I've noticed about this bike. So once you get the hang of it, the hang of its weird shift feel that I will discuss in a second, and its weird brake, which I will discuss in a second, it makes a pretty good bike for just tooling around town. I'm not quite ready to classify its overall productiveness, but as I have enjoyed ducking around town, after work, throwing it through its paces like you do a new toy when you get it. There's no shame in that. But as far as the controls on this thing, it took a little bit to get used to the clutch, and by that I mean the clutch lever is there's not a lot of feather in it, but also you need to pull it back like 70% before the clutch even starts to give way. So I believe we can adjust that. We'll work on that in a little bit. Also, the rear brake is, if you want to skid down the street, it's perfect for that. It's a little too purposeful at the moment. I need to dash it up a little bit. Just a light tap will lock up that rear brake, which brings me to um, some more realities of this bike. This is a circa, based on my research, this is a great bike that has about 1960s technology in it. There's no ABS, there's no fuel injection, there's no turbo, there's no what have you. Um, it's a pretty basic bike, but let me tell you what. Before we kill this, it's fun as hell. This bike is fun as heck. I'm not even kidding. It's a toy at the moment. It makes a great third motorcycle. Is it practical for a first motorcycle? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say it's not practical for a first motorcycle, especially in 2019, 2020. It's very manual. You've got the choke and the petcock and the thingamajig and a bunch of stuff that I still don't understand how it works, but that's one of the reasons I embarked on this project. So, not for noobs, unless you want to learn how basic mechanics work. So then it is very much for noobs. Your mileage will vary. It is fun as hell. I'm not gonna lie. And at the moment, I need to figure out where to park this thing because I'm a little top heavy on the closet space. So we're just gonna tuck this right here for now. Maybe nobody will notice. Maybe nobody will notice. Anyway, that is my quick pass. It's definitely not a review of the CSC SG250, the San Gabriel 250 from CSC.